Hi, this is Gail Bottomley here from gailbottomleyonline.com, and today I want to have a wee chat to you about social networking. It's just everywhere, and if you want to promote yourself, your products, or exactly what you do, then social networking is definitely the place to be to do just that. It's fantastic. It does take time, and yes, it can be a real pain because you can start off and say, I'm only going to spend 5 minutes here, and you can be there for hours. So you do need to put boundaries in place. So social networking, I'm sure you've heard of it, or you might even be doing it. But the real question is, are you doing it right? And today I'm going to look at 3 things that you should never do when you are in your social networking mode. So here we go. And one way to make sure that you're using it as a marketing tool is that when you do posts, that you make them effective. And also results orientated social networking profiles to make sure your profile is really good and says exactly what you do, exactly who you are. So let's get into this. 3 things you should never do. Well, here's the first one, not sharing enough personal details. You know, people like to get to know you. That's what social networking is all about. They want to know what your hobbies are, your kids, how many you've got, how many grandchildren, how much time do you spend traveling? Do you do any travel? Do you cook? What kind of things do you like to cook? So people are out there wanting to know these things about you. You know, the way we connect as humans is by sharing things about ourselves. So make sure that you have those details there in your profile. And please make sure that your personality comes through. Don't just list a dry and boring nuts and bolts description, because that's better suited on your resume. Or in our country, your CV. So get your personality in there. Get it coming through so people know that who you are and that you'd be a great person to get to know. Now, this one might sound like I'm contradicting. Here's another thing. Sharing too many personal details, on the other hand, is another thing you should never do. Here's a little tip here. When you're putting your age in, may I suggest that you might like to add or minus a few years either side. I know all your friends and family will ring and say, oh, come on, you're lying, your age is wrong. But identity theft is real, and it's a good idea to just alter your age just a little. It's common sense. And as I say on here, share wisely the things that you want people to know about you. Think of it as if you were at a real live networking a program that you might be at, and it's real and it's live and you're going up and meeting people. What are you going to share with them? Because that's what needs to be on your social networking profile. So same with all your posts that you put up there. Make sure that they're good posts and they build you up. And here's the thing about the internet. Whatever you put on there now is going to be there in 20 years' time. So make sure that you put a good legacy up there, and your children and your grandchildren are not going to be embarrassed about what they find out about you that's been left on the internet. So may I say, be careful, be wise in the pictures that you put up there and the personal details that you put on there. So be careful in that area. What type of details would you be happy to tell your clients if you were meeting them in a real live networking situation? Keep that in mind. And here's the 3rd thing I want you never to do, and that's selling too much. Don't you just hate it when you join a networking site and then people just bombard you with things that they want to sell you? I absolutely hate it. So it's all about friendship. It's all about relationships first. You build the relationships, and the business will come. There is no doubt about it. So maybe you need to picture this. You're at a networking function and someone rushes up to you and they hand you their business card. They just say, hi, I'm Gail. Here's my business card. Here's all the brochures. Here's what I do. Here's what I sell. What would you think about that person? And it's exactly the same in social networking. I don't like to be sold to, and I'm sure you don't either. So it's a good idea to keep that in mind. Selling should come second. And when we do sell, make sure that you keep the relationship up, the relationship building up. By all means, talk about your business and describe what you do, but do it in a fun, non-threatening, non-hypey way that shows your personality. And don't forget to sprinkle in a few personal details so your friends and followers get to know you as a person. So 3 things you should never do: not sharing enough personal details, sharing too many personal details, and selling too much. And if you keep those in mind, you will do well in social marketing. Well, here I am, Gail Bottomley from GailBottomleyOnline.com. I hope you have a great day, and please leave a comment on this video. I'd love to know what you think of it, and if there's anything I can do to help, please contact me. Have a great day. We'll see you. Bye-bye.